I was born last, so that makes sense.
How you doing? The baby. All right, that was kind of weird. Hello, welcome back to the How We Doing podcast. This is your first time joining us. Thank you for tuning in.
Welcome.
We appreciate you. All right, this is the How We Doing podcast, episode 67. We've been doing this for quite some time now.
Yeah, it's been nice.
If you're tuning in with us every week, we appreciate you.
We
All
do.
right. We do this for you guys, but we also do it for ourselves because we like talking to each other.
Yeah.
Three assholes from some islands in New York.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we're just twiddling dicksies here. You know?
We promote a little goodness, a little wellness.
A little wellness. Right? We're not only a podcast.
Help the people along.
Yeah.
If they're feeling down, give them some real life scenarios.
Progress.
Make them feel good about themselves.
Make them feel good.
Feel good about their days. Keep it moving. Keep it pushing.
Chuck it.
So I'm talking about hold the door for somebody, interact with somebody.
Do something.
You want to say something on this podcast?
Are you waiting to
Wonderful.
speak?
Wonderful. I figured I'd let you guys open, and let's see how far they get. I was purposely not speaking.
That was weird.
That was weird.
You didn't like it?
No.
All right, so now don't
interruption.
give me shit when I talk too much, because it's going to happen, brother.
Welcome to the How We Doing podcast.
It was a little Nico experiment.
A little Nico experiment.
Didn't tell
I
us.
was trying to combine
Didn't
it,
tell
but
us.
it didn't work. I was trying to combine that.
It was not beneficial to the quality of the podcast and for our listeners and viewers.
So you're saying that you and James are not enough?
No,
We
you're,
are-
You're a jerk.
We are not less of.
You're a jerk.
You're
That's
not
what it
less
is.
of the Pythagorean theorem of a squared plus b squared equals c squared
What in the shit are you talking about?
Yeah.
divided by
Equals
3.
the paranormal curriculum of
Epoxy.
exactly.
You guys are both idiots.
Well, welcome to the How We Doing podcast.
You're an idiot.
No, you're an idiot.
Hey,
Hey,
I'm Rocco Forentini, and I live in Jerktown.
Yeah?
Yeah, what's your name?
I'm Brasco Baditi from Allentown.
That sounds like a name you just
Don't
made
say.
up. You sure that's your name?
Brasco Baditi?
Bosco Paduti.
You ever heard of my diner? You fucking
Bosco
idiot.
Baditi,
Yeah.
I'm gonna come visit you.
Yeah.
But
We got the best meatloaf special on the market.
All right, how we doing, pod? What's for dinner? How we doing, fellas?
yeah, well, we're doing good. We're doing
Are you
good.
starting the podcast
Is
by
that what's
yourself?
happening?
Is that
I
what's
was
going
like, let me.
Why do you gotta say that? How we doing, Bob?
How we doing, pod?
Let's get
Boom.
coordinated here.
Pod
Yeah.
for you and me. The
We'll have a
pod
theme song.
for you and me.
All right, we'll
It's
have
the
a
How
theme
We
song.
Doing
Just
podcast.
Not sure if that'll be in it, but
It's gonna be something like that, probably.
yeah. We're not only a podcast, but we're a movement.
That's
All right.
what we do. We move things. We move mountains.
We move mountains.
move
We're bringing the light where
Welcome
there's
to
darkness. We have flashlights all day.
You could never have enough flashlights. You know that?
No, it's true. It's
You
like you
know
can never
that-
have enough generators.
You know that
No,
you
that
should
doesn't
have
make
at
sense.
least 3 flashlights in your house. FAFSA says so.
We only have one.
Thank you, FAFSA. FAFSA?
The WHO?
FAFSA
The WHO organization? World Health?
With a D.
DASA?
FAFSA. It's the D is silent.
Oh, you're talking about OSHA.
No, that's the other one.
That's not. Yeah, that's.
FAFSA with D silent.
Sounds
Moving
like
on.
there's a Z
Moving
there.
on.
All right, fine.
And you know what I'm saying?
Dude, you're talking about like financial aid.
Yeah, FAFSA is financial aid.
What is he talking about?
That's what I thought he was saying.
Yeah, that's what
I'm like
financial aid.
saying to myself.
Because I actually, while we're talking about it, so I don't know if I told you this, James, but I told Chris I applied for Full Sail University.
Full Sail?
Yeah, like an
Going
online
back to
class
school?
to do music production because I've always wanted to do that. I was like, oh, screw it. I was just had a feel. It popped up on my Instagram. I applied, but like you gotta now like the next thing is you gotta fill out your FAFSA
Why do you gotta say with a lisp?
because it's FASF.
Hey.
But
FAFSA.
so then
Oh.
but now they
What?
won't stop
Why you
calling
say
me.
yeah?
They're like, oh, you got to fill out your FAFSA and this and that. And I'm like, and then I realized I was like, I'm gonna have to pay for this, and I can't afford this right now.
What, did you think the school was gonna be free?
I don't know, maybe.
What are you freaking homeless?
It's like, is there a way I could do this for
Are
free?
you an
That's why.
immigrant?
So I haven't filled out my FAFSA. And Seth from Full Sail University, they keep calling me every day. They're
Oh,
like,
they're gonna bombard
Seth,
you.
they're hounds. I want.
Seth?
Yeah.
That's a murderer's name. This guy's gonna come to your house to try to sell you.
I should probably call them back because they have my address too.
Yep.
Eventually, like I do really want to do that. I want to be well versed in that. I want to know all those things.
Nico, we were talking about Jordan Peterson's.
Yeah, Dan, back up a little bit.
Sorry.
Jordan
So you got-
Peterson's? Is that
Jordan
like a new
Peterson
shoe
is
coming
starting.
out?
No, Jordan
Yeah, tell him,
Peterson's
Dan.
starting his own like online university, and like having his whatever colleagues that he bangs with, like teaching courses and other stuff like that. He's saying he's supposed to be
He
one of
bangs colleagues.
the no, he messes with it, right?
I was thinking it.
Yeah, I said it.
yeah.
But he's saying like it's supposed to be one of the most affordable educations on like he's trying to make it on the market.
Yeah, bro, that'd
Yeah.
be sick.
yeah, he should do that. By the way, the man wrote his first book thesis
Yeah.
at like 13 years old. So, bravo.
How old are you? Like when it's like you shouldn't.
I'm
really
turning
be in school?
25.
When you like shouldn't be in school.
It doesn't matter, bro. People go back to
You
school
should always
whenever.
be a student. When you shouldn't be in school, when you should start your life, and then maybe if
Yeah.
you want, consider extra training.
Yeah.
I would say anywhere between 22 and 25.
Well, not everybody's perfect, all right?
That's true. So let's up the bar.
I'd say so.
30. That's good.
Yeah, around 30. I mean, but even still, dude, people pivot. They don't know what they want to do by then.
That's true.
sometimes, And then
That's true.
You know, some people find their real career at 40.
That's very true. People
It's
change
true.
Got
careers.
something stuck in my upper deck here, dude.
Gary
Excuse
V.
me.
Is it a lip pilly?
What is it called? What's
Terrible.
Gary
Gary V already
Vaynerchuk?
had money.
Oh, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. His dad
Who?
owned
His
a
parents
liquor
did,
company.
yeah. He's kind of phony to me, honestly.
Kentucky Fried Chicken? That guy, he changed. He started that when he was 60.
It's crazy. Now he's well off.
I think
He's probably dead.
I think he's dead.
Oh, I'm
But,
sorry.
God rest your soul.
Fine.
He's-
Sorry. My bad.
Chick-fil-A.
How is
How is
everybody's week?
How we weaken it?
How we weaken it? Well, let me tell you. Chris, you go first.
No, I don't want to.
I figured you said
I'll
that.
go first.
All right, shoot.
My week was real good. I had I felt real good. I kind of had I felt like a superhuman this week, man. I was just plowing through, man, just killing it.
Pause. Right.
Yeah, pause. And then me and Dan went to the beach on Tuesday. It was a very nice day. Drove the good old RAV4 onto the beach.
Good old truck beach, huh?
Yeah, we went on there, aired that bitch down.
You guys go fishing?
Nah, we went in the water though. It was pretty nice. We were having fun.
Almost
Feel
got
like-
swept away.
Yeah, the current in that because you're in the inlet there, it pulls you.
Oh
big
yeah,
time.
you get swept out there.
No, not out, just like drifting to the left a lot. But it was fun. I also didn't like that we were the only people in the water. Because I have the rule. My two rules are don't be in there with no one else,
And
don't
fish
be,
are friends, not food.
and don't be the furthest person out. And I was breaking both rules there because it was just me and Dan.
Well, you know what? If it was if the current was going right, you might have been joined by a few people. But there's like an underlying rule: you don't go in the water when it's going left. You know why?
Why?
Beats me.
I can't say it on the podcast. I'll save it for after the show.
No. Say it on the podcast.
That means
say it.
You're gay.
Right is right, left is gay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is the political structure we live in now. So
Hey, if you're a softie and had a problem with that, have some ice cream. Okay, back to the show.
good pun.
Oh,
Good
call
pun.
back. Call back.
Ooh,
Good
Mr.
pun.
Softy.
we just lost some.
Give
back.
me some
Ooh,
ice
good.
cream.
want some ice cream?
Oh, dude. So James, I was washing the dishes. Right, there's a window right in the kitchen there.
This is how great
So,
story started.
and I hear Mr. Softy, and I was like, instantly click. I was like, I'm getting ice cream, and I had bird's eye view. He was at the end of the block, and he was parked.
Okay.
So I was like washing the dishes. I was like trying to race to finish washing the dishes, so I didn't have to come back. And then he started driving, so I ran outside. I stopped him, and I got a double cone, which
You got a
is
double.
feels like illegal. Like you can't do that. I always thought those were to share with people.
Watch me.
You know, which I don't know if people share that.
You're an adult now. You have your own money. You could get
I
a double.
I really wanted it with the
could have
rainbow
a double
sprinkle,
cone.
double cone, vanilla rainbow sprinkles.
Nice.
As I'm out there, I get a call from Chris. He goes, "Yo, get me some Mr. Softy." I was like, "What the? What the?" I was like, "Would you see me run outside on the
You
Ring?"
have no
I
fun.
have the Mr. Softy app.
Oh, and they're partnered up with Ring, apparently.
Maybe.
Wait a second.
bring
They
the
have it
because no.
Gotcha.
No,
You
we're gonna
did get me, 'cause
we're
I was
gonna make
say,
that. We're gonna
Or-
make it.
I've been thinking about the app that you said
Yeah.
ever since you said it.
It's awesome.
We're gonna make it.
No, but
patent
I saw
pending.
Brother.
on the Ring camera. I just happened to be driving. I checked it out. I was like, "What was this fool doing?"
Fool. What up, fool?
And
doing,
I
fool?
saw the Mr. Salt. He like walks outside. He stops the Mr. Salty truck. I'm like, "Yep."
He called me
Dialed
up.
him right up.
So then,
Real quick.
so then,
need that Mr. Salty.
and he got a cone. So then I'm standing there. I'm like, so I just sat on the porch like a little kid, licking my ice cream.
Yeah, we came home and
Chris's-
nice.
Chris's cone is getting that natural curve, and I'm like, Chrissy, it's gonna be on the floor soon. You better get here, you know.
we were good.
And
It wasn't that long.
Oh, it was great though. It was great. Mrs. Softy.
I wish they would put less ice cream, more cone.
false.
more cone. You want like a double cone?
Get a double cone.
I'm
That's
all
what
about
I
the
did.
cone.
Give me a double cone, vanilla sprinkle.
Chrissy
more,
cones.
that's more ice cream though.
Chrissy cones. Chrissy cones.
The
What do you
the
do?
ratio from ice cream to cone it's still outweighed by ice cream.
Can I get a cone, vanilla, rainbow sprinkles,
If you get a strawberry dipped cone, you're an asshole.
break a
Straight
cone,
up.
What about chocolate
and the
dip?
crumbles?
Chocolate dip,
Chocolate
you're
dip
cool.
is okay.
Is there a vanilla dipped cone?
No, that's just the the vanilla ice cream. Actually,
Can you get a chocolate swirl with vanilla dip?
no.
They don't do vanilla. They
Why
don't
not,
do
Mr.
chocolate
Softy?
or
Why
chocolate or
not?
strawberry.
White and black, they don't touch tips like that.
Nope. Well, nowadays they do. Anyway,
I like the cherry dip.
He's holding his tongue.
You man.
yeah.
I always look at them. I'm like, and I've never gotten them, but
Oh,
they
it's-
look
it's
so
cherry.
good.
It's not strawberry. That's even worse.
They look so good, dude.
They do. They do.
A little double header, vanilla and chocolate. Man,
Mr. Softy will never get old.
Honestly, if you don't get a rainbow sprinkle cone, like I don't know, you're not a real one. Sorry, that's my right there.
You know, Mr. Salty should do like cookies and cream, like or crushed Oreos.
I think
on that
well,
bitch.
they make like they have like shakes too.
You know, Mr.
Milkshake.
Softy is the only one that they didn't get to.
What's a soda
It's
float?
the only one they
That's
didn't
ice
got.
cream and
Like
soda?
a Coke float.
Soda
that's
float.
too much.
Root beer float.
Oof, man, I've had one of those before. My stomach exploded.
Root beer float seems like really ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, why would anybody do
Asinine.
that?
It's just like when
It's
you're
a drink
throwing
of
in
You
the
know what?
towel.
It's like also like eggnog, huh?
What is eggnog? I never knew.
Hold on. You know what? You know what doesn't hold a candle to eggnog?
What?
Go ahead, say it, Danito.
Oh, coquito.
Coquito.
The
Yeah,
Coquito, man.
What's
Coquito.
coquito?
Coquito.
Coquito is
So you put
the
some
Spanish
Coke?
version of eggnog.
Spanish version of eggnog.
How do you know?
It's better.
Isn't Coquito Dominican then?
Is it?
No, it's most Spanish
I
cultures
had
have
to-
it.
Okay.
in the building that I used to work in. There's this woman on the 14th floor, and every time Christmas rolled around, she's like, "I'm making coquito." I'm like, "I'll take some."
Give me some more Coquito,
First time
please.
First time I was like, "What is that?" And then she was like, "Come here." And then she showed
Is
me.
it good?
That's
It's
how you
good?
find
like
out,
it?
baby.
Oh, it's good.
Okay, maybe I'm sleeping on eggnog. I don't know.
Maybe a little bit.
Eggnog. I don't like the texture.
Is there-
So eggnog has alcohol in it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there's
just-
more alcohol in coquito.
You shouldn't be mixing eggs and milk and heavy cream and sugar with liquor. No good.
Sounds like a
I'm gonna throw up.
disaster.
It's FY.
So it has like raw eggs in it.
I mean,
Like
It's
beat-
more like
beat
a
eggs.
relaxing drink. That's why, because like you drink it, you get filled, you chill out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
all right.
my week was great.
your week was great.
Yeah, it was great.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
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 You know,
Wonderful.
I'll tell you what I did this week. I stared at people. Yep, that's it. That's what I did. I stared at people. I
You're a
wanted
creep.
to. I'm going to tell you why I did it.
Yeah, let's put a little context
Let's
behind
let's
that.
put a little context behind it. I went ahead and I stared at people as they were interacting. I saw a lot of smiles. A lot of people interacting. A lot of smiles. Okay, I saw like a handful of people that were like really just not happy. They're like,
Mm.
I'm wearing my emotions on my sleeve today, and I'm just going to do that. Everybody, leave me alone.
Yeah.
I was one of them. But besides that, I noticed that a lot of people are, doing a good job at hiding their pain. And I was like, all right, conclusion. All these people can't be happy. It's just statistically probably impossible.
Could be.
Not in the state of the affairs of today. Could be,
Unfortunately
you're right,
not.
but
It's sad though when you
it's
think
sad.
about it.
It
Makes
is.
me sad.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I joined the How We Doing podcast.
I think that Everyone is happy. It's just you go up and down.
Yeah, many things do.
Do you want to go play in the sandbox after?
I hate it. I've always hated a sandbox, bro. It's not
You
my
used to
thing.
live in the sandbox. Dude.
No.
We couldn't get you out of there. Called you the snake worm.
The snake worm.
Those
The
things are
sandworm.
scary. You ever see one of those things? Saw it on SpongeBob and never go back.
You know this, the Star Wars game with the freaking sandworm?
Oh, don't mess with that guy.
Yeah.
Has a lot of teeth.
Sinkhole?
A
Yeah.
lot of teeth. Yep, there it is. See?
The bullworm.
Oh, SpongeBob.
Don't
the
mess
bullworm. Yeah,
with
yeah,
that
yeah.
freaking bullworm, man.
That guy was scary.
I was hella scared.
Well,
SpongeBob, man.
Kinda looks like a
Wild-
woman
Wild
more than
for a kid's show.
It really is.
Sandy cheeks.
It was great, though.
Sandy-
Sandy
Not complaining.
Cheeks.
Sandy Cheeks had that
Very
big
bold
worm.
going with that name.
We don't know how, but yeah,
What,
but you know, we're a movement. We're movement. Get into the grind.
Howie week for Chrissy? I'll tell you.
Go for it, Chrissy.
Sure.
You got something
Chrissy
to say.
Cones.
Chrissy got
Talk
something
to me.
say.
Let's see. Week was pretty fast moving. We got to Thursday already. That's pretty good, right? Close to the weekend. Yeah. All right.
That's it. That's all you got.
That's it.
They
That's
called
all
out
we
loud
got.
for a little
All right.
bit. And,
No, I'm
that's about
kidding. I'm
it.
kidding. No, my week was good. Let's see what I do. I mowed the lawn this week. That was nice. Washed my car. I went to the park.
You went to the park,
Did
really?
a little walk ski. I was thinking about taking Bailey, but it's a hassle. So I just walked around the block with her.
We got to do more with
You
Bailey,
sound
man.
like you sound like you're a retired police officer or something.
you
I don't know.
I mean, I'm
Like,
going into work in between all this, but you know. But I was thinking a lot this week. I want to go to Hawaii, man.
Yeah, I want to
Ooh,
travel too,
yeah.
brother. I'm ready to go.
You ever seen like Hawaii? Like you seen pictures and stuff.
I've
of
only
Hawaii?
seen pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
only.
It's
seen pictures.
It's fascinating.
A lot of people are going
Dan,
on
give
trips.
me a little Hawaii action real quick,
A lot of
please.
people are going to Italy, freaking.
Everyone and their
Is
mother's
it
been, but
getting,
me.
Is it getting cheaper to fly, like travel, or are people just making more money, or do
This-
people just not give?
People, no, I think a lot of people are just like want to travel and
that-
are willing to save the money to go travel and have those experiences because you're only young once.
Or-
that's my mindset, or that's what I've been thinking about. Like, I know this year's kind of like not already over at all, but like, we have the one trip at the end of the year, but like next year I want to make it my goal. I really
man.
Yeah,
I really
just
want to
blow it
travel
up.
more, dude. Like, we're going to Italy next year, no matter what.
I mean, don't have to tell me 3 times.
That's what I was saying today.
No, like I have to go. I have to go to Italy
at
because
Hawaii,
I
man.
can't go to another country until I go to Italy first. I got to go back to the homeland.
Got to go back.
Not
to
that
the
I've
homeland.
been, and then I want to go to Greece,
Not that I've been.
and then but like you never know. Maybe you wind up in. Me and Dan were talking about there. Like, should go somewhere, man. Where were we thinking about going, Dan?
Colombia, was it?
Colombia.
I like the sound of Colombia.
Yeah, James,
Find my
you
future
showed me
wife.
that video of a bunch of women looking at men like men look at women in America.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were all prostitutes.
I'm confident that you're right.
Yeah, I saw that video afterwards and a reaction. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I should have read the comments.
Always got to read the comments. Comments are hilarious.
Comments
These
are a tell.
I'm in love with the internet for that reason. The comments these people
Sometimes
put
these
out
apps
there.
though they censor the comments.
Yo, talking about this,
they'll,
I saw
put
a
better
clip.
comments at the top.
What do you
I
got
saw a
there,
clip
Nico?
where it's the comments are instance. It's different based off who's looking at it.
The comments
No
are based
way,
off an
really?
algorithm.
Yeah, like your algorithm comments are different than another
So
person's
like a
algorithm
racist
comments.
person will see the racist comments according to their algorithm, and a liberal will see liberal comments. Not saying that racist is the other side against liberal.
That's kind of what you said.
No, not what I implied.
You could've
Okay,
just
don't take that out of context.
Could have introduced a third, and then we would have been like,
Yeah, well, the
Yeah.
third is the I don't know who would be the third.
Conservatives, no?
Conservatives.
The Native Americans.
You'd be conservatives.
The Indians, you mean?
No,
Can't say that?
The Native Americans.
Dan has some Native American heritage.
Do you, Dan?
A little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah,
Really?
it's a big down there. They're
What is-
all no. I'm just kidding.
I got a monkey in my ancestor somewhere.
Where
Rib shot.
Where are the most Native Americans today in America?
Probably in like Midwest.
North Dakota.
And do they pay taxes?
I don't think so.
Yeah, right.
I think
Those
like-
reservations, man. It's like
They
you
don't.
could like break the law and then like go run to a reservation and then the cops don't have jurisdiction there.
Now I know how to be a burglar.
But then you just have to live out your life in the Indian reservation
Smoke tobacco, gamble.
with Big Chief. This is probably really racist. Sorry.
Dude, we're not
I'm,
racist.
you know what it is? We're uninformed. We're not racist.
Yeah, we're just talking out of our asses here. That's all.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Don't-
nothing
And I
don't
feel
be-
like that's a pretty humble thing to say.
Yeah.
Like, I'm uninformed. I don't
Listen,
really know about
something-
You're an uneducated white man, and you need to do more reading.
I'm a
You.
Okay,
protagonist.
all right. See,
Sorry.
part of this, the reason why we kind of like go off the rails sometimes, just so you viewers know. All right, this is still a family pod. Maybe
Family friendly.
Watch this with your
you know,
family.
Okay, watch this with your family. All right. The reason why we kind of go off course like this is because we're trying to make you laugh. All right, we're trying to lighten the mood. Get with it.
Yeah,
Or
take
get
a chill
lost.
pill,
Come
dude.
back during the How We Doing pod.
Yeah.
All right.
Take a
Well,
chill pill, dude.
Come back, though, for real.
But I mean,
Well, Lord.
we're on the topic. Why don't we go into that thing we were saying with like that
What do you got? What are you talking about, brother?
that blasphemy that's been going on?
Oh, we're gonna hop into that now.
We're like right there with it. I don't know.
Nah, let's hold them into space. I got a question for you first.
Okay.
Okay, why does Donald Duck, okay, that wears no pants, go in the shower and then put on a towel? I'm a little messed up about this.
He doesn't wear
That's
pants?
Pretty crazy.
He
No.
doesn't wear pants.
He wears a shirt.
He wears just the shirt, sailor cap,
I never realized that Donald Duck doesn't wear pants.
And,
And
then,
then-
when he's in the towel, he covers up.
covers up. And I'm saying to myself, hey, buddy, you're walking around naked all the time, covering your top.
Yeah,
Why-
bro,
why
you're,
all of a
you're letting
sudden?
that hang, and then all of a sudden
That's
take a
something,
shower.
I guess,
you got a
that
rappy willy.
Disney just didn't account for.
They didn't. They were
Yeah,
trying
that's
to.
a
yeah. Put
they
him in a
missed
towel.
that in the writing.
Yeah,
in
I
the
guess
writing
so.
rooms.
You
All
remember
right.
the show with Donald Duck and like his three nephews?
That was a great show.
Oh
Man,
yeah, that was good.
fantastic show.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
you just unlocked a childhood memory of
Yeah.
like such like joy and like comfort watching that
Early
show.
Yeah.
2000s.
Wow, dude.
Early 2000s.
I'm
Good
glad
time.
I could
And the
provide
Goofy
that for
movie
you.
too.
Goofy movie, both.
Nothing
Shit.
could beat that.
Was there three? I don't know.
I only remember the one where he goes and skateboards.
No, then there's the
That's the
first
second
one
one.
too.
First one he goes to college, right?
No,
That Donald Duck movie was literally the
Two.
that's
is
the
it?
second one. Where
high
he
school
skateboards.
musical version of Donald Duck.
The first one is where he goes to like the concert or whatever. He's trying to go to the concert. He gets kicked out of school. or
Oh, okay,
something.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Okay, another question for you, and I know this answer, and it's something that I've been navigating only as of recently, and I'm kind of making it weird for myself. I'm about to make it up for you guys.
Oh wait.
All right, now
Why would you?
I
do
want to
this
change my
us?
signature.
ready? It's kind of like that hugging
Do
thing.
you not care about anything?
Sorry.
So, after every engagement, and Donito, I would like to hear what you have to say about this too.
Sorry,
Okay.
yes, sir.
After
Okay,
every
okay, okay.
engagement with your close people, do you say "I love you" when you get off the phone?
Mm.
And when
I
do
think
you-
about that too.
When do you not? Like I said bye, but now you say I love you. Now I gotta say I love you, and now I feel bad that I didn't say I love you because
Okay,
I said
so
bye first.
This is very interesting because me and Chris won't say I love you because we grew up next to each other.
they were
But
attached to the hip.
But like
stand
sometimes, like when we have a good convo or we're just both feeling it, like, I love you, right? He's laughing because he can't open up, but I can. And then you
Yeah,
usually say I love you because that's just how we were raised. Like always tell everyone.
yeah.
You know, I think with dad too.
I think Dad is
Always.
the one that kind of
He
got
really
me into that
reinforced that.
routine.
But like me and you, sometimes we won't say it.
Sometimes we don't.
But it's like we're completely on the same page, right?
yeah.
Like today, I don't think
no, one time.
one time only one, yeah, because we spoke
Because
twice.
we spoke twice.
Yeah,
And that's the thing. Like if you go ahead,
that's
you talk,
interesting.
So you go ahead, you talk to somebody for the first time in the day. Then you go ahead, you say I love you, and then you talk to them like another half an hour later. Do you say I love you?
Yeah, it depends who it is for me.
It does. It does. Donito,
Depends.
what about you, bro?
For me, Nico was probably the first male that I wasn't related to that I said I love you to.
Yeah, me and Dan say it every time.
And like my
Or we'll
best
say
friend, my
love
closest
to
friend.
not be so gay. Love.
Yeah, it's in the moment.
I'll say like mad
That's
love.
very cute of you guys.
Big love. Big
But
love.
it's like you said, like if I know I'm gonna see him later today, I may not say it, but I may say it.
Yeah, Dan usually says it first, not gonna lie.
Mm.
No, I'm kidding. It's always mutual.
Nah, but me and Nick, like us doing that, put that profession in my mind of like the people you appreciate, just tell them you love them.
Yeah,
man.
dude.
Don't spare it because God forbid you just never know.
Yeah,
things
I mean
happen.
that's the main reason why. And it's funny because like even when I go off the phone with Joe with Buddy, like it's just like you feel your emotions, like you know who you care about, you know who you love, you know. And like when I get off the phone with Buddy, like I always do want to say I love you, but I don't because he might think it's weird, you know. But I'll be like sometimes be like mad love, bro. Like
I
or
tell Joe I love him.
Yeah, just a little.
yeah. With the homies every time, it might be a little weird.
Yeah, that's true.
But like Dan, it's different. You know what I mean? We're different.
Tastefully.
I've heard girls just say it like it's just going out of style. Like I feel girlfriends, they're just like love you,
bitch.
love you, love you. Oh my god, love you. They probably say it a few times in
But why
between their
don't
conversation.
we get into like the big conversation, piggybacking off that?
Go
right?
ahead,
Is this
go
where
for
you
it.
were going with
I
this?
might have been. Go for it. Take it.
Because
Why
it's
don't I know
like
anything about this.
it's like with the relationship, right? Like who says I love you first? Do they say it back? I was watching a show and I was like, oh, they didn't say it back. I was like, if they don't say it back, like that's a bad. Like you should probably end that.
Oh,
now.
they're just not ready to love me yet.
Yeah, like could you imagine being in a relationship?
like,
and,
oh,
like,
okay, I'm just not good enough now.
Yeah,
Not
like,
right
I'll
now.
be good enough soon.
Maybe tomorrow.
yeah, like check back in 2 weeks. Maybe I'll love you then. Like what, dude?
Maybe I'll feel comfortable then.
But
Yeah.
Chrissy, you're the only one in a relationship, so the table's
I think
yours.
it's just,
Speak.
It's just mutual, It's something that you
Who said it first?
you both feel.
I feel like usually the girl says it first.
you guys turn it to each other at the same
Did you
time.
say
like,
it first? I wouldn't
I
be
love
surprised if you said it first.
I might have said it first.
That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing.
That's a good thing, man.
Yeah.
You're a freaking gentleman, bro.
Thank you.
You took.
I think yeah,
maybe
like
the weirdness.
no,
out of
but
the girl
that's
saying it.
that's the right way to do it because girls are more emotional and more like I don't know.
No. I know where
And
you're
a
going.
girl
with that.
is more willing to say it earlier in a relationship because they want that thought of like, oh, I'm in the serious relationship. They
Yeah.
want to be at that level,
Yeah.
and like I myself may or may not have gotten like, oh, love you too.
It's
like
sounds like you're putting
not
gonna
that,
put
not
a
that
butt.
I didn't, but like, was I ready to say it? Maybe not, but like whatever, it happened, But
He got stuck in the "I love you" predicament.
I think it's better if the guy says it first because that means that the relationship's there. You know what I mean? Like and then if the girl doesn't say it back, well then you got a problem.
It's different. Then you misread the situation.
Yeah.
No, I think it's like something you feel comfortable saying it because you know that they're gonna say it back.
Yeah,
know?
you have to say it at the right time. Don't be that person.
Like if you
jump
say I
into it.
love you
Yeah.
and you don't know.
What about by accident? Like you're dropping them off. And, oh, I love you.
Oh, and like in that scenario,
It's like, oh, I said it first.
Yeah.
You could acknowledge that it was like, well, no, you can't acknowledge that it was an
'Cause, like,
accident.
that's how it
something
was in
like
my
that.
Just be like, oh my God,
something
that
like
just slipped out.
Might not be like
no, you can't take it back.
No, you can just be like, oh my God, that just slipped out. Like, we don't have to make a thing of it. Like, we can move on.
That's
Yeah,
worse. That's
ooh.
worse.
But like with it, you never know how the woman's gonna react.
It's like, I
it's
love
very
you,
interesting.
sneakers. Your sneakers. I love that.
I love Snicker bars, but
snickerdoodles.
but then it's like you get into a tough, like, then something's up when like that's not being said. You know what I
You
mean?
know, like, I love baseball
I
games. You wanna
love
go to one of
your
our games soon?
I
eyebrows.
love
Oh my
spending time with you.
God. Yeah. But then when it's not being said, then you got problems.
You got issues.
At what point is it a problem?
When it's not being said, I think.
Like if you're talking to somebody for 3 months, and "I love you" hasn't come about yet.
I don't think
That's
I
normal?
love you. Yeah, I don't think it should
That's
pop
normal,
out in
right?
3
Like what
months.
about 6 months?
6 months? You probably should have said it by then. I think, right?
So threshold what? Like 5-6 months?
Like, there's no timeline. I think every relationship's
time, yeah.
different. Like, but it also is like, I think the woman wants that.
The validation. Maybe it's not that.
Depends. There's a lot of good relationships. There's a lot of hard relationships.
Yeah, true.
God bless you.
God bless you. Well, I guess moving on.
Hurt.
I gotta tell you something. I'm always looking for the signs. You know why? Sometimes, many times, it's the only way you find actual meaning in life. You know, you're walking down the block. Let's say you're not looking for the signs. You're on your head about things, thinking about this, thinking about that, right? This and that are like your worst enemies, or, you know, maybe the nightmare that you're going through. But then, like, you know, you look on the floor and you see a feather. It's like, oh, wow, a feather. I know people are watching like, what the fuck is he talking about? Feathers. No, but like feathers are like, you know, symbolic for, you know, angels from heaven type of thing. Somebody's watching over you, or, you know, everything's going to be all right. It's like a comforting factor type of thing. But like, I just look for signs in everything, numbers especially. I'll purposely make something, you know, 222, or, you know, some sort of sequence of double numbers in order for me to feel like, okay, this is going to be good. You guys never done that?
Yeah,
Am
I
I the
mean,
only
I
weirdo?
pay
Am
attention to
weirdo
the
like
number
that?
to the numbers I see often. Like I saw 444 today. Like I don't know all the specific meanings. I just take away like, you know, keep doing what you're doing, or like, you know, angels are around you, or this and that.
There's biblical spiritual meaning to every number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I also think it's like everybody has their own interpretation of like what a sign can be, you know?
True.
Like there's certain things that like make me think about like my mom's watching over me, like
Mm-hmm.
certain numbers or just like feelings, you know, and I feel like that I definitely can relate to that.
Yeah. It just makes things more sentimental. It's something that you can kind of hold on to, and, you know, you feel like you're receiving some sort of message of comfort, really, especially when there's dark times or just something bad that you're going through. So I guess what I'm saying is we should be looking for the signs.
Yeah, I mean, you told me this a while ago, and I always go back to it that there are no coincidences.
No coincidences.
You know, things happen for a reason. So
Yeah.
it's a good way to interpret things and be aware of what's going on.
Complete design, man.
Yeah.
That's what this is. But I mean, I think we should let's just light this podcast up right now.
Light me up.
Okay, let's talk about the conversation of like this whole month. Yep, that's it.
This
Yep.
freaking
Yeah.
malarkey.
Now look,
What is
okay,
this?
we're not a controversial podcast, but we want to kind of like be a little bit informative on this podcast and kind of share with you guys some facts about the Olympics, where it even originated, why it even exists, and what gives it its potency in happening every 4 years.
You want me to read this?
So
I think Jocko knows what he's doing.
yeah. So like, what I think we should do is, I do. We should probably start off with just informing people like what the history is. Donito, I think you could click on that link. Maybe we read a little bit from there.
Well, history class.
Little history class here. One of
Started in Greece, baby.
Started
just
in
like
Greece.
us. Just like us. That's where we're from.
as far back as what is that?
776 BC.
Where is
776 BC.
Oh, yeah.
All right, the Olympics.
Wow, it's been going on forever.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, it's
But
one
every
of the
4
most
years, though?
sacred games
Almost
the
1,200
world
years.
has ever seen or had.
One of the most sacred games. Okay, yeah. So that brings a lot of significance to the whole.
Yeah, when I think of the Olympics, I always think of, and it's very like potent, like what they kind of project on all of the world. It's like countries coming together and competing in good faith and good sportsmanship. And, you know, I remember when I was a kid, it was like Michael Phelps was like that idol, you know what I mean? Like, because he was winning all this stuff. And now you have Simone Biles and all these athletes. But it's supposed to show like good sportsmanship, and that, you know, like countries have been in wars, and like the Olympics still go on, and we peacefully would compete against each other.
Yeah.
Out of respect for the what the Olympics are.
Yeah, it's kind of like about no matter where anybody is from, you know, you all get together to compete for one common goal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's inspiring.
Donito, does it say anything there about like why the Olympics was even like why it even came about?
Nothing really big about that. It was always like a contest of strength between the city states of Greece
Okay.
And it just basically, right, this article touches on the time like when it stopped and when we reinitiated it back in 1894.
So it was reinitiated in
What year did it stop?
1894.
What year did it stop?
393.
393.
Oh wow!
A.D.
And then it started back up in 1503,
No,
1896.
1500 years later.
And the
Okay.
original,
Thank you.
the originality of it seems like it was just for some friendly competition between cities, towns, and such.
Yeah, it's like, which countries there's a big competition factor, like who's the best at what. But it's always been like good sportsmanship and
Yeah.
camaraderie. And
That's the where this is supposed to be. So let's go back now. Like, let me see here. Yeah. So, Nico, why don't you read that off? The purpose of
Purpose of the Olympics. All right, we got. It was a mission to unite the world in peaceful competition and foster an atmosphere of peace, development, resilience, tolerance, and understanding.
beautiful.
In order to achieve this mission, the IOC and the Olympic movement need to stay neutral and beyond politics.
Wow.
Purpose of the Olympics opening performances through music, song, dance, and fireworks. The opening and closing ceremonies invite people to discover the culture of the country in which the games are taking place. In addition to those celebrations, there are some very precise rituals at the ceremonies. Yeah, so it's also a sharing of culture, and it's a highlight on whatever country it's taking place in.
Sharing of culture. No spotlight on any sorts of things, especially what it outlines when it comes to the performances. It's just meant to be a beautiful artistic representation of where it's even taking place.
Yeah, of France.
Right. And in France, there is it's really deep in its cultural existence. There's beautiful art there. There's tons of churches that are just very old and beautiful pieces. I mean,
Yeah, I think of like the architecture there is very.
yeah.
It's like it's still the way it was back then in a lot of
Notre
places.
Dame. Notre Dame.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the church, the main church of
Oh,
France.
okay.
This is kind of like just all to say that,
Yeah, give them the punchline. 'Cause
it's
I'm ready to
really
rock.
just meant to be focused on togetherness. It's meant to be focused on the camaraderie of playing a good game, multiple games at that. And it's really unfortunate because what we see that happened in the opening performances and even the competitive unfairness, okay, we're starting to really lose sight of what we're even coming together for. It's turning into some sort of wonked out battle, it seems.
Of agendas.
100%. And it said there that the Olympics are not meant to be surrounding any type of politics. Well, I mean, we're going to get into it, but it clearly went there.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
I thought
Where do we even start?
I didn't expect it at all, but I didn't really see exactly what happened. I just saw a picture of pretty much a mockery or mimicking the Last Supper with whatever was in the picture. I don't really know what to call it.
Well, let me put it like this, okay? There was drag queens. There was drag queens. There was a guy with his sack hanging out. It's clear as day. You could see his sack hanging out. There's also a child that's in the mix of all of this, and this guy that's on
He's literally
the table.
painted, and his sack is out.
Well, yeah. I mean, who knows about this guy? But you see the guy that's over to his left. Go over a little bit more, Donito, over to the other side.
This way?
Yeah. That guy right in the middle with the shirt off, standing next to the guy in the gold. Yeah, he has his sack out. Like, there's a picture, clear picture. His sack is out. I'm going to say it again because it's just...
That's disgusting.
It's disgusting. And it's a shame. It really is. There's nothing here representing any type of...
What's going on in
talent.
that picture? Like, really, what is happening in that picture?
Is
there something wrong with all those people? I don't understand.
This is the depiction that they're like saying like that's...
Yeah, but even...
Try and like save their ass.
Yeah, they're saying that it's not.
No,
it wasn't a
it's-
depiction of the Last Supper. This is what we were trying to depict.
Yeah, but if you go ahead and you look at... You see the way that guy is leaning over into Jesus? If you go to the Last Supper, It's very, very close similarities. You see that? Okay, he's leaning over. All right.
It's
Bottom.
just,
There's no talent here. There's nothing here that's indicating any type of genuality of the game.
and that has no French culture in it. I don't see.
There's no French
what's
culture at all. This is not
French
French
about
culture. This is ridiculous. And and then one of them got on the stage and then literally started dancing like a stripper. Like, look, I'm sorry, but that is not something that is like, kids watch this and look up to these types of moments. They want to be in.
I
the Olympics.
love the Olympics way more when I was a kid.
People are
I'm
not
too into it
showing
now, but
their kids this for
That reason.
whatever that is, you know, like
That's
they're
crazy,
showing it for
dude.
the opening ceremony. They all come out, the countries together, like whatever that was just seems like diabolical.
The bottom line, it
intentions.
was so uncalled for, unnecessary, and the fact that it's like clearly mimicking or mocking the Last Supper. It's like, we could put one thing aside and talk about one thing, or you can. There's so many ways to skin the cat, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But like, bottom line is, okay, whatever you want to do with your body, it's fine. We live in a world where you can do whatever you want to do, and that's fine. But there's no reason to infringe on people's religion and their faith and what they believe in.
Yeah.
And I know myself and a lot of other Christians are not okay with this. I don't think it's right. It's more of an attack. It wasn't called for, and for it to be a part of like an opening ceremony to the Olympics is very strange.
Yeah.
Because you probably could have said this before this happened, but the Olympics is probably the only standing I don't know if it's an organization or whatever you want to call it, that can't be affected by the woke movement and the new agendas and politics.
Yeah.
Companies in America, this and that, you have to do certain things to stay on good side, whatever. But, I was saying this to you, Dan, like, they wouldn't have got any backlash. No one would have said anything attacking them if they didn't have any of that representation of those groups of people, and let alone put like stuff that's inappropriate for kids to see on national
100%. Absolutely
international
inappropriate.
television.
Definitely inappropriate. Look, it could have been a bunch of trans dancers doing whatever type of dance. There was just a lack of talent. Dan, could you see if you could find the opening for 2014? If you could find that, which is shows true elegance to what is about to take place in the Olympics. Okay, it's meant to just be some sort of genuine, unique, beautiful togetherness, something that feels positive. Okay, all right. I heard the the apologies because they just had to do something. They had to give a statement.
Yeah.
The apologies from the choreographer and whoever was over there at the Olympics that was representing. Okay, very, very sorry excuses for apologizing. They did a terrible job. It wasn't an apology. It was more like, I'm sorry that you feel bad about this, but I stand behind the work that I did. They shouldn't be standing behind the work that they're doing. They humiliated 2.4 billion Christians all around the world. All right, and let's just say that if it wasn't pointed at the Christians, it doesn't even matter. That was not a show. That was ridiculous. And
It was blasphemy.
it was absolute blasphemy. And on top of that, that's not even to mention what they did with all of the I don't know.
Fighters?
No. It was like these women that were dressed in like these red gowns, and they had
The Marie Antoinettes.
they were holding their heads. That's not art. That's freaking ridiculous. That's
Sounds
not
a little satanic.
and satanic 100%. There's nothing positive about that. To be quite frank, I don't even know what the heck is going on here.
This is 2014.
This is 2014.
Okay.
Okay.
Where was
Sorry,
it?
I'm getting all
Sochi. This was in Russia.
getting all worked
Oh,
up
yeah,
now.
it was in Russia. Yeah, I mean, it's just, it shouldn't have happened.
I mean, I feel like it should be a lot weirder in Russia than France. And Russia's not even close right now.
Now that I'm looking at this, okay, like this is
This is
already
more like
great.
suitable, I'd say.
100%. Everybody's excited. There's a bunch of different flags coming to the center. This is what you want to be showing. This is clearly indicating togetherness. It's a perfect opening for something that is so big and has been around for so long. It's been around longer than most sports. The Olympics. I'm talking about the ones of today, like that are very common in America.
Yeah, and then you got transgenders fighting in female sports, which is just not
Look at
doesn't
this
make
crazy
sense
skating
to me.
right now.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's another thing going
And
on.
as an Italian, you really ticked me off because an Italian woman had to go in there and get beat up by a man.
That's
And
a
it's
whole nother thing.
Completely not okay. And this, what's her name? What's the Italian woman's name?
Something Carini. Angela.
Angela Carini. That's where we're from in Sicily. This poor woman, bro. She's trained her whole life to go compete in the Olympics. And are you kidding me?
One punch.
Are you kidding? And she said, I've never been hit so hard in my life.
She gave up after that?
Yep.
I don't,
46 seconds.
I don't blame her because she's going against a trans woman. A man. She's going against a man.
Yeah. I
No,
mean,
dude, I'm sorry. If you want to do that,
there's got to be a league.
Yeah,
for
you got to have a
trans
league of
people.
your own because
Yeah, that's it. You can't play against women
That's it.
now.
you can't do
I
that.
understand,
bonkers.
I understand how like trans people might be like, well, that's not fair. Well, it's not fair that you go in there and beat up on a woman.
Yeah,
and you're a
it's
man.
genetics. Like at the
And
end of the day,
you're
you have to
genetically a
acknowledge some genetics. You
Yeah,
can't
and
just
like-
turn your cheek against everything.
Where do you get off to actually really think that all of a sudden you're a woman? Your body structure is completely different.
Yeah.
The thickness of your bones are different. Your muscle density is completely different.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
and listen, if
But,
you're
like, even,
doing
like,
that,
whatever, regardless of even what they think, like if they're a woman or not, like you can't think that you could go in there and evenly compete against a woman, especially in boxing. You know,
Yeah,
that's
that is
not a good sport
ridiculous,
for that
man.
to be allowed.
that's like millions of people watched a woman get beat up on TV.
In the
Like, it's
Olympics,
fine
By a
in
man.
the Olympics,
by a man. Yeah,
100%.
This is
and they're going to keep
crazy.
doing it. There's another match coming up. I'm pretty sure.
They need to stop
In a
those
couple
matches.
days.
There was a
ASAP.
girl that got paralyzed because she was going up against a trans.
Yeah.
I
Listen,
mean, paralyzed. That's it. Her whole career, she's screwed
I'm
because of that.
riled up, and I'm going to say something that might be controversial.
It's delusion,
Bro, let it out because this is
Okay.
ridiculous shit here.
Listen, if you decide and whatever your situation is, and you're going to transition, the world is set up a certain way, and it's not anyone's job to make sure that you have an all-inclusive access for the rest of your life. You're now in a different category.
100%.
You're not a man, you're not a woman, you're a trans woman or a trans man. And you don't just fall into the league of a men's league or a women's league.
because you said you wanted to be a
You don't just get
Yeah.
a plate handed to you at that point. I'm sorry.
No.
And if it's controversial to say, your situation's a little more complicated than just a man or a woman trying to compete in sports. And if you can't
100%.
see that, then you're part of the problem. Sorry.
Yeah.
Figure it
absolutely.
out.
Yeah. And like, you know what? Not for nothing. Enough with this. This is why we can't be soft, because when we're soft, we let this type of stuff happen and people are getting hurt. They're getting hurt. They're getting battered. People practice their whole lives just to accomplish the one goal, and that's to place in the Olympics. Okay. You can't go ahead and toy with this type of thing. You're messing with people's goals. You're messing with people's dreams, and you're
Yeah,
messing with
dude.
people's lives.
Could you
okay?
imagine training your whole life to go compete in the Olympics and then you got to fight against a man?
Absolutely not.
And
man.
then there goes your chances. Like, bro, it's not okay in the Olympics. Like, I don't know what it is, if it's an organization, if it's a corporation, but you got to have better people in place.
Wake up.
And you got to do better. You got to do a better
Yeah.
job than that.
Yeah, really.
It's
Well, it
just
comes
wrong.
back to like what the purpose of the Olympics was, like staying out of the politics, staying out of everything.
Yeah,
else.
man.
They're in a time of crisis right now.
It's about the world competing.
I haven't even. I've been so disturbed that I haven't even been able to support watching it, and I love watching the Olympics. I can't even watch it just because now I don't want to support such blasphemy and such brutal disrespect to those that deserve a fair competition. This is not fair competition, and not for nothing. If you want to go ahead and put down 2.4 billion Christians, then you know what? Do it somewhere else on your own time, and don't go ahead and do it at somebody else's expense. because it's just not right.
These are two instances that are just uncalled for. And
Absolutely.
the Olympics being what they are, that they want to stay out of politics and not be controversial. If they didn't do either one of these things or whatever else they did, they'd be in a better situation than they are in now. There would be no bad press about it.
Yeah.
Because they're the Olympics and you can make the rules, and your rules are strict for a reason because it's such a sacred game. Like,
Yeah, it's sacred. Exactly. The original aspect of the game is for that camaraderie, for the sacredness of coming together, no matter where you come from, to play and to be part of something that's bigger than yourself. This was a shine spotlight on the LGBT whatever, okay? And not for nothing, it's freaking ridiculous. Like,
yeah.
look, we have a gay sister. There's nothing against. We have no problem with whatever you are. Okay,
it's when you infringe on other things. Don't come out on the offensive side and start attacking.
Yeah, and like,
doesn't
not
work
for
like
nothing.
that.
Anybody that got a problem with this, you have no leg to stand on. You know why? Because there was a child on stage with a guy's freaking sack hanging out. You tell me if that goes together well. If you can't find yourself saying that you would like your own little child to be having like a dick in their face, and I have to get brutal so you understand this, okay? If you can't agree with that, okay, you know that this was completely wrong. Besides the blasphemy, besides the brutal disrespect of actual competition and fairness of competition, all right, you took it to a whole new level by having a child on stage. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves, really. And I hope that this goes viral so many people could hear how frustrated we are at this. It's not even about the fact that we're Christians. It's about the fact that we're losing our humanity. We're losing the ability to really just be together and procreate and create a peaceful environment. And you know what? Things like this completely destroys the opportunity.
Yeah, so do better. Do better.
Do better, man.
There's no place for this malarkey in this world.
Yeah. And if you're soft about it, again, go have some ice cream because I had it.
Put that on.
You guys see what you did to my brother? Assholes. You got them all riled up.
Yeah. And you know what? If you don't mind, I kind of want to just go right into a little bit of a message about like how, you could believe in him, not believe in him. Guess what? All right. Jesus Christ, he lived, he rose from the dead. There's manuscripts on this far larger than many kings. All right. If you don't know that, do your research. All right. The man exists and he did rise from the dead. And his passion, he's very passionate. Now, let me just, before I get to his passion, okay, what's our passion in lives? Our passion is like our destiny. What we want to do that means so dearly to us. And what essentially that is receiving. What we want to do in this life, we want to receive. That's our passion. I've fulfilled my passion. When you get to that, the end, and you cross that finish line and you're like, I made it, right? I made it. All right. That place is selfish. Okay. Mm-hmm. The reason why they call it the passion of Christ, all right, his passion, when Jesus entered into his passion was to die, was to be sacrificed, was for him to be slandered by all and take the sins on of the world. Okay. And in that moment when he was on that cross, all right, not being able to breathe, slaughtered from head to toe, okay, able to see out of one part of his eye, all right, he's still saying, please forgive them for their sins, for they do not know what they do. Okay. His passion was to die for us. That's why he lived. And we're so selfish that our passion is self-fulfillment. Well, we're obviously trying to do things differently here on the How We Doing podcast, because we're trying to, our fulfillment is, yes, playing music, is, yes, entertainment, is content, but it's about bringing people together. It's about bringing people together and showing that level of togetherness and showing the power that you get by that multiplication of people sticking together. Mm-hmm. So, just tying it all back to this, we have to be a little bit more selfless. We have to start thinking, if we have a passion, if we have a desire, we have to pull away from the selfishness that's within us, okay? And we have to start thinking about the people around us, because if we did to begin with, and if our passion was measured differently, this debauchery would have never even happened. It would have been something that was well coordinated, looked something like 2014, and it would have been a beautiful performance with no complaints. There was I don't even remember a complaint ever about the Olympics in this fashion.
Nope.
No.
An absolute
No, I
embarrassment.
mean, it's only now. It's as bad as it's ever been.
Yeah.
People have lost their ways. And some people don't even see a problem with this. They don't even really care about it. And that's what we got to change. That's the number one problem. Is people seeing it and not having an issue with it.
Yeah, we're not perfect here, but I know that regardless whether I'm cursing a little bit too much, stumbling on my step a bit, let me tell you, I know that this feeling that I have right now is genuine it's genuine for everyone. All right, and it's honestly even genuine. It's genuine for the trans people that were representing themselves honestly the wrong way. They should have had a problem with that. They should have been like, I want to show my actual true talent instead of getting on stage, crawling on the floor, and then going down, popping my ass out, making it look like, what the fuck am I doing? Anybody could do that. And it's not entertainment. You're trying to entice sexuality.
Yeah.
You don't entice sexuality at such a big celebration like this.
No, not on a main stage with children watching across the world.
Children watching and a child on stage. You must be kidding me.
It's not okay. It's not okay.
So
We don't
do
stand for
better,
that.
Olympics.
We
better.
sit for that.
Do better, Olympics. You guys
you need
really
help,
dropped the
Got us
ball.
all riled up.
If you need help,
You know what also
we
has
can
me
help.
riled up?
Tell us,
I
brother.
had Taco Bell the other night.
Yeah.
We had Taco Bell.
Oh, that night,
Yeah. Taco Bell
I remember that
sucks, dude.
dude.
Taco Bell has fallen the off.
You know how unhealthy the food is at
Donnie,
Taco
you can
Bell?
take that down.
I can imagine, dude.
Dude,
But it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's not
That
good.
bad.
Why?
I don't eat that stuff, but
Honestly, the only good thing was the chalupa. Chalupa slapped.
no, you didn't get a chalupa. You got a cheese gordita crunch.
Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty.
It's alright.
That's like undefeated. Those,
It's alright.
but my thing, like I stopped eating. I used to eat Taco Bell all the time in high school. Like that's all I would eat.
Mm.
Especially like when I smoked pot. Like that was my
Taco Bell.
yeah. And we went last Thursday night after the pod because I wound up dropping off Dan, and Dan was like, "Oh, my mom was gonna take me to Taco Bell." I was like, "Damn, I'll take you to Taco Bell." I was like, "Looks like we're getting Taco Bell."
We out.
And
Taco Bells.
I get really like paranoid because I know that not that I eat all the healthiest foods, but I try not to eat fast food. And then if you don't often and then you do eat fast food, you notice how it makes you feel like. So I was like eating it and I was like, I'm gonna pay for this tomorrow. And like I didn't feel like the next day. I felt like after I ate it. But it's not good at all for you.
No, and it doesn't taste good either.
And my farts the next day were
It does in the moment.
something else. Let
I'm
me
sure.
tell you.
I'm sure that's not really what people need to hear.
I just farted.
I love the nacho fries.
Thank
gross.
you. Thank you for letting us know.
It's disgusting, Nick.
Surprised
It's
you
wonderful.
Wonderful.
Moving on. Let's get into something good. Maybe
Yeah.
something that has to do with Nico. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we
Something good something that has to do with something good and that has to do with Nico.
Yeah. What could that be?
Oh, I think I know the answer.
Do you?
Yeah, me.
What's you?
Because I'm good.
You're good.
You're good.
You're Nico.
You're good, you.
So, if you catch my drift, I'm kind of segueing you here into.
Don't be extra, just
Nico's notice.
How you doing?
Baby.
Bang bang.
What do you hear? What do you say? Welcome back to another edition of Nico's Notes. How we doing?
Just
gotta make them wait. Gotta make them wait for it a little bit. How do you say notes in Spanish, Dan? Do you know?
Notice.
Notes.
Oh,
See?
wow.
Notes.
Look how ignorant I could be sometimes.
Yeah. No.
Sometimes.
Ignorant. You ignorant.
So,
Nico's notes.
all right, I got like a couple things here. Just for starters,
Talk to him.
this notebook, been doing, let's see, what's the first episode I did with this notebook? Oh my God, look at these notes.
7? Is that episode 7?
Look at
right
these
there?
notes. You know how much I used to write? I barely,
You know how
yeah. Episode 7.
You
Was
You got
Shit.
highlighter in some of them.
yeah, but this is the last page of the note. of the Notebook.
Whoa, 67, babe.
7 to 67. Ooh, numbers.
Snappers.
If you want to buy this notebook, you're gonna have to. Ooh, I was gonna say something inappropriate. But,
Moving on.
It'll be somewhere special one day.
I
But
don't think anybody wants it.
last
anyway.
page in the notes, and then. Oh, what does this say on the back? What I think Chris wrote this in here. This is only for you guys to read. It rhymes with big. No, I
Don't
won't
do it. Don't do it. Yeah,
I won't
just
do it.
Go back.
I
But,
didn't write anything that bad.
All right, so we're gonna do a little twist. This is like what do they call that when the show meets another show?
Crossover.
Crossover. We do a little Chrissy quotes on Nico's notes,
How's that work?
but this is actually quotes that Chrissy said, not that he has to read on the pod.
Oh,
So we're sitting there watching. I think it was the Yankee game the other night. A commercial comes on with animals, whatever, and Chris goes, "Isn't it crazy that there's just animals on the planet?" And I just start laughing. I was like, "I need to write this down." And he goes, "Like there's just lions. Like why?"
I mean, think about it though.
Think about it though. No, it is beautiful and it's God's work. It's amazing.
It's crazy.
It's
It is a
incredible.
little
It's
crazy.
incredible.
There's zebras running around.
I always
Zebra's
navigate
pretty fascinating.
in my thoughts to where like
Jaguars.
when there was less of us, it was just their world. They were just going, just doing their thing.
Were they
Yeah,
here
Roman-
before us?
No, but like there was less of us and more of them. I think there's
Well,
as we've gone up in population, they've gone down
How
in
did the
population.
first lion-human interaction go?
that's a
Ooh.
good
There's
question.
probably a stick involved. No, I don't know.
I don't think they got one like that. If we
Like-
go to Genesis,
Like,
animals
was the
were
person
made
just
first.
like very like?
They were made first.
Yep. First the birds, then the
Oh,
animals.
I just read about. I didn't read it. I was listening to Genesis.
What's this?
I got to get back into it.
What do you got here?
Only 1.9 million species are described out of what?
What are we talking about here, Dan?
What do I got, Dan? Read it. Just
Because
just tell me.
he's talking about the human population. Human activity has caused 869 species to go extinct
That's
in the last
insane.
500 years.
That's
Out of
disgusting.
an estimated 13 or 14 million, but we only know about 2 million.
Wow.
There's that million species.
Yeah.
That many millions. Of
Well, think about the
species?
fish.
We're just like
yeah, fish too.
we're just
Are they counting fish here?
I would assume any living
Yeah, they're a
organism.
species. Yeah. It is pretty crazy that they just are on the planet, Chris. It is.
Come on, yeah, you know.
It is, and I
so
just
surviving in the wilderness and all such. I mean, I get it.
They hunt.
You know,
they,
like-
they love,
They make fires.
like a bear doesn't have time to be like depressed that he has to go to work,
or maybe
go
he
fish.
does.
Maybe, but they.
Maybe he's depressed. He has to go out and hunt every day.
I think they're only depressed when they're lacking love.
Well, I think that
Maybe his whole bear family got eaten.
I think because
Oh,
I just
By
relate.
another
Snappers.
bear.
I just related to my segment. I just related to how like we get caught up in our mental health, and like animals just like animals' first instinct is to survive, and ours is too. But in our society, it gets very warped. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
sure does.
that's what I'm saying. Like animals don't have time for that. And then like when you look at like people that are going through that just like don't know where the next meal is, like they don't have time to feel bad for themselves and this and that. They're just trying to survive.
Yeah, survival mode seems like
Yeah.
a forever thing in the
Yeah.
jungle.
But you guys want to dance with that a little more or keep moving?
Well, I'm ready for the next song.
I just want like I'd love it for my dog to just watch TV and like laugh with me. That'd be awesome.
That's good.
That'd be great.
That would be
You
great.
really think so? She'd just be asking for food all the time.
Back food.
That's fine. I'd give her some, but then I tell her to shut up.
Listen,
if
AI
Bailey
is
could
not
talk,
far
we'd
from
have to
us
feed her a lot
speaking.
more.
AI is not far from us speaking to our animals. That's a
Yeah, right.
sure thing.
They're already doing that with dolphins.
They are, right? It's crazy, bro.
So Dan, can you pull up that picture of that vehicle? So like look, I don't know if that's what's gonna come out, but and show it for the viewer. Like this is the new 2025 Honda Accord, right?
Whoa.
Thing looks sick.
It
Looks
does.
real futuristic. They got the Tesla door handles too. They gotta
Yeah.
fucking go that way. But like I just saw this like on my phone. I was like, wow, cars are really getting more and more futuristic. And they're gonna continue to get more futuristic, right? And I'm just like
Yeah.
and we're supposed to be like living through, and we're in the future, right? Like Back to the Future, it was like on 2020. What year was it?
We're
in?
almost 10 years past Back to the Future.
What year did they go to?
2024.
2015.
2015.
I thought it was 2024 too for some reason.
It's 2015.
But yeah, we're supposed to be in the future. But it's like if somebody buys that car, or somebody's parents buy them that car, like a kid, like you're still getting out of that car, like you're wearing sweatpants and like slides, like a hoodie.
Yeah.
And it's like, why don't we look futuristic like the cars?
I think in some aspects,
What are we doing
do,
wrong?
but-
No. But think about. Then I thought about like, well, what's the most like futuristic looking person? Like, how do you dress? Like, some successful guy. Like, what do you got? Like some sleek pants with like a tight cut polo, and some glasses, and a watch. Like, you don't look like you're from the future.
I think the glasses.
Why aren't we evolving in that way too?
Because
Why don't we look like they did in Back to the Future?
I think that the future is like subjective, you know, like the future is not, it's not set in stone, buddy. You know, we can't, our images back then of what the future would be are all fantasies. It's not.
I get it, but like, why haven't we evolved in how we dress? Like the cars have evolved.
Do you want us to start dressing like the Jetsons?
I don't know. Just give me
Shit.
give me some advancement. We still wear shirts and
were you
pants.
looking that
I
up?
literally was looking
Donito
it
was
up.
looking that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, I think.
So you want us
this
to
is
look
what-
like that?
This is what Chris is saying.
Something along
Nico.
those lines. I mean, I could see
This
that.
fucking bozo.
Not that guy, but something
Wait,
a
go to the
little
real
more
Jetson guy.
spiffy coming out of like a futuristic vehicle.
Yeah, let's
you know?
see this. Let's see this.
Oh yeah, definitely. Dude.
See, like he has an antenna on his head. Like yeah, we need an antenna.
Yeah, we
Why-
need to get
yeah,
an
why
antenna.
isn't
we need
there,
to start
like-
making flying cars, and we
The
need to get
Jetsons.
like a robot dog.
yeah, like if you don't look a little futuristic, you can't have a futuristic car. I don't know.
I think you're wrong
There's just
because
a
there
thought.
is no futuristic clothing.
Look, if you have me looking like one of the Avengers, hey, I'm all about that game. I'll definitely walk around.
Yeah,
and
but
look
Yeah,
it
why
up
don't we
looking
just
like-
wear
you're
super
just
suits?
dressing up.
Honey,
Super suits.
where's my super suit?
I feel like futuristic outfits would be just these bodysuits that
Set in the year 2062.
what the
Jetsons.
Jetsons.
Yeah, so we're not even there
2062?
yet.
Oh, they went real far ahead.
They went 100 years.
They were like, hold on, we saw what Back to the Future did. That's not true. Jetson came out before. I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like we need a breakthrough.
Yeah. Well,
George Jetson was born in 2022.
Oh snap!
So he's 2 years old.
We're older than George Jetson.
I'm turning 25 years old.
Congratulations.
Quarter of a century.
Wow. Are you having a quarter life crisis?
Not yet.
It's also like I had a friend when I was 25 said that they were having a quarter life crisis, and I was
And
like,
what do you do?
I was like, hey, if you die by the time you're 30, you're actually closer to the finish line. You're experiencing
It's not a
different
quarter
time.
of your life. It's
not
a lot
quarter.
more.
This is a different crisis, my friend.
Like
If
if
you think that you're gonna die in 5 years, you're
well,
not gonna have a quarter
what's
life
a what's
You're
a
gonna have an end of
midlife crisis? You buy like a really expensive vehicle. Like what is it?
I don't know, man. It's all like subjective. Who cares? Who cares what people
What are you, a hippie? Everything is subjective. Go to Woodstock.
does that even
Because
mean?
you're just
Trip on some
you're like
acid.
numbing my questions by calling things subjective.
Because you're asking subjective
It's
questions.
subjective, dude.
What's
It's
this?
it's all subjective, man. Just
That's not how I
you
sound.
got to
off.
subject yourself to it and just see what it is.
I think that
waves flow, bro.
if we to go back to your original question, what was it again? What?
Why are we wearing futuristic
Does anybody
fucking
when
clothing?
you read like when you're on the train, it's like next stop to Rockville Center, right? And center is spelled CENTRE. Do you read it Centre in your head?
Yeah.
You do, right? I'm
It's
not weird.
Centre.
There's not something wrong with me. If you're listening, if you made it this far,
Well, I don't
comment
get how
if
I
it's
don't
like
get
that.
how
with you too.
it spells
I
center.
think that's the English way of how they spell it.
The E always throws me off.
Oh, that's the English way.
I think.
In
It probably is paying homage to
it's
the
more
English.
proper in it.
It's a wee bit more proper.
Hey,
mate.
It's all a
She
bowl of
day.
Cheerios.
It's
in my
bullocks, mate.
butt there,
Fucking
mate.
bullocks.
You go for a bowl of Cheerios. Right now.
All right.
Don't.
All right. Let
Don't
me
clip
just check
too
these
much
off.
there.
Check. I got one more thing. Give me some list of things that are 10 out of 10. What's a 10 out of 10?
10 out of 10, like a full service type of deal.
Frosted Flakes.
Like anything. Song, food, service.
10 out of 10. Michael Jackson. 10 out of 10.
Yes.
10 out of 10. Shake Shack.
Really?
I don't know why I'm thinking people.
All right, Povey. There's your answer, Povey. So I'll give you a little hindsight.
Go.
Because Povey watched last week the moonshine taste test. And like, I mean, I thought that moonshine was real good.
Yeah.
I think it's the best moonshine I've ever had.
Smell pretty good. Don't tell Dad that.
And he was like saying like you're pretty critical. Like
Maybe.
you gave it like an 8.
8.3, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? He's asking me, he's like, has your brother ever been like, that's a 10 out of 10? And I was like, I can't put my finger on a time that he's been like, oh, that's a 10 out of 10. I don't think you would use that verbiage.
I wouldn't.
But-
No.
So he was like, ask your brother. I was like, you know what? I'll put it in the notes.
Yeah.
Shake Shack, really? That's all. That's what
That's
it
a 10
is.
out of 10 for you?
Shake Shack's a 10 out of 10, dude.
Nico set you up for that.
Yeah.
The Beatles, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, I could do
Staples.
music easy. Give me a song, 10 out of 10.
A 10 out of 10 song.
Mm.
What's that one Michael Jackson song?
Hold on. Hold, please.
I'll just keep
Oh, please.
rambling on.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, it's hard to pick like one song that's a 10 out of 10. Because there's a lot of songs and there's a lot of music. And there's
Feeling Good by Michael Bublé.
Oh, that's a
Ooh,
10 out of 10.
that's a 10
That's
out of
good,
10.
Dan. That is good. That's like just as good as my Miguel Cairo last week. Underrated player. Mid player. Best mid player. Wow.
I don't
10 out
know,
of 10.
man. 10 out of
Michael
10
Bublé.
song.
And I'm feeling. And then the horn. Oh,
dun,
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 dun, dun.
Oh, you know, 10 out of 10. Skyfall.
Oh, I heard that today.
Ooh, Skyfall.
When the sky falls.
That's good. That's good. Dan set you up for that one.
That is a 10 out of 10 for sure.
Those songs are cousins.
They are, right?
Those songs are-
Those are cousins.
they're related.
It's a cousin thing.
Together.
Another one. Take Me to Church.
No.
No, you don't think that's a 10 out of 10?
No.
Give it like a 7.
Really? That's a good song.
I'd rather
No, because that song
take
does
my
not age well. It
whiskey.
gets real really like too catchy and annoying.
Power Rangers, 10 out of 10.
Oh
taking it back for a
my
minute.
god! The Mets player.
6 out of 10.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I gotta give us a song that's 10 out of 10. Can I just look at my music? Can I cheat?
Holding the freaking door.
You
No,
get to
It's
cheat.
too much.
Come
people.
on.
I have
Stop.
such a big catalog that I
Nobody
can't pick in
cares.
my head.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Another 10 out of 10. Another 10 out of 10. Ooh,
Okay.
A really good car wash from A to Z.
A good car wash.
Right in my hood.
10 out of 10.
A to Z.
I mean, Bob Marley, 10 out of 10.
A nice,
Any of his songs
yeah,
are 10 out of
everything.
10.
a
he
nice
does.
cold water bottle on like a hot day.
Or in the middle of the night. Thank you.
This is my favorite, bro, where they all pull out.
Oh my god, dude. Red was always my favorite, but the white or black were always badass too.
They're great, man.
Morphin Ranger.
Red was always.
incredible.
I was always
What's
a Red
going
Power
on?
Ranger.
What's
I never
going on
seen
here?
it.
It was a crossover, all the different iterations into one episode in one fight.
Oh, those ones were the dudes. Those ones were the teenagers.
Oh my God.
The Power Rangers really didn't do anything if you think about it. You know?
There he is.
Yes,
What did
they
they
did.
really do?
When they got in
Tommy.
those big freaking Megatron things, that's when they put
What?
the
Did they
shit
even,
up.
like,
They're all
fight
taking off
anybody?
their helmets. See, if you're talking about futuristic, this is what we should be wearing when we come out of our futuristic.
Yeah. Put me in that.
Yeah.
I'll get out of
This is
the.
what we should wear on a daily basis.
That's what I said. Why don't we all have our own super suits?
I'm out.
Go Pink
I'm
Ranger.
not going to dress like that.
Where's Tommy?
Yeah, that guy's my dude.
The Green
That's my
Ranger.
dog.
There he is.
Tommy.
He
Gotta
did a
love
UFC
that
fight.
guy.
You ever see that fight?
No
No.
way,
Yo,
really?
he beat the dude within the first round by an armbar.
Yeah, don't put a Power Ranger in the octagon.
Come on, man.
You're gonna
Poor
get
guy.
stomped on, buddy.
It's a bad day.
All right.
Um,
Enough about Power Rangers and Tootsies and talk like that.
Yeah, well, 10 out of 10 talk. That's good. We should probably keep that.
Yeah, what's a 10 out of 10?
What?
Oh,
I'm saying like for a future segment.
What's a 10 out of 10?
Like give me
like 10 out of 10 music, 10 out of 10.
Or what'd you do
food,
this week
10
that
out of
was
10.
a 10 out of 10? What's an experience you had that was a 10 out of 10? Cancun, Mexico.
Mm.
10 out of 10.
Oh, 10 out of 10. Specific day. When
Chrissy's
we,
birthday.
When we did. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Last year.
Second.
Year before
second
when we
day.
se fue.
When we disappeared. And Chris was like, where'd these two fools go? We came back.
All right, mate. All right, we'll calm down, Dad. It's all right, Pop.
Where did we go? Still don't remember. That was a good time.
Something tells me we went on the beach or something. But
Yeah, probably.
no, I think we went to the other pool. I think we went to the other pool because the bathroom, when you made a left out that way, you could go out to the other pool.
That's true. That's true.
You
Oh,
probably
man.
did.
Probably did.
10 out of 10.
And
Those
then we
trips,
probably
man.
walked
Crack the
around.
code. Crack the
I'm
case.
kind of remembering it now.
Yeah. Ooh, well.
Oh
What else you got for the
my
Nikos?
god.
I just have my signature. I
Oh,
want to change
beautiful.
my signature.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you should probably
That's
get better handwriting
It's
first.
a little problematic. To
You know what I
change your
hate when people
signature
say,
now,
"Oh,
right?
my John Hancock." Like, bro,
Stupid.
no, it's just your signature.
Yeah, put
John
your Hancock
Hancock's a
there.
little-
Put
it's a
your
little
Hancock
old-fashioned.
there.
Why are you so loud?
I'm
I don't
not
even-
loud.
I honestly don't even think that anybody has said John Hancock, even like. They just said something else. Signature. They just said signature.
Yeah, it's
Cut
a
it out.
signature. Stop being tacky.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, that's gonna wrap it up for the notes, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching.
Wait, you didn't want to do this?
What's that?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, show me these creepy robots.
Robots? What?
What do you hear? What do you say? Welcome back
I
to
think I've
the
seen
second
these
part of
guys.
this edition of Nico's News.
Wait,
what?
that's a
Yeah, bro,
person?
that's insane.
Yeah, it's a robot.
That's not okay. Yeah,
Nah,
Gary Sanchez, whack that guy in the face
That's
or
not Gary
whatever you
Sanchez.
call. That was Gary
No,
Sanchez.
it wasn't.
Damn, rewind it.
Oh, this is frightening.
That's not Gary Sanchez, jerk. That's not Gary Sanchez.
No,
You're wrong.
I'm not wrong. Go back.
It's literally Gary
No,
Sanchez.
it's not.
All right.
Maybe it's not,
Either
but
way,
he
this
looks
is like
exactly like him.
iRobot.
He's not on the Padres.
Bro, that's not okay. They're just walking around and this
I
is
mean,
just
they're
they're
just-
just
this
seeing
is
what they
Black
can get
Mirror.
away with.
This is the start.
They're just seeing what they can get away with.
This is the beginning of freaking iRobot.
That's why if I was there in the stands and there was a robot sitting there at a baseball
That's
game,
the creepy part. Look at the eyes.
I
They
would
look
sock
really
that thing.
real.
I would kick its head off.
I'm drop kicking that thing.
I would be arrested for destruction of property faster than you could say monkey. Okay?
I don't think that
That's Gary Sanchez, Chris.
there's
not Gary
but like
Sanchez.
think of like what's the actual purpose of robots? Like
Bro, they're just trying to get us familiar with it and comfortable with it. They're trying to see what they can get away with and this and that, and then they're gonna just be everywhere.
What's the objective? What's the end goal? For
You
the
ever see
robots?
Transformers, bro? Not Transformers.
iRobot?
Terminator.
oh, Terminator, yeah, that's definitely boom. Look at that guy's face. He's like another few years.
But you could see like into his eyes, like those aren't real.
Yeah, but they can't come alive, man.
That's not
it's
Gary
a myth.
Sanchez, Chris. Come on,
yeah, man.
Come on
He's
now.
on the Brewers, Nick.
come on now, Chris. This was clearly from when he was on the.
Are we still
Padres.
on this Gary
this,
Sanchez?
This was literally just net.
That's
before.
not pull up Gary Sanchez on the other thing. Then that's not Gary Sanchez.
No.
James, are those the two of the same people?
Go back. Him, the one that goes like this.
Yes.
That's
No,
racist.
that's not him.
They
Then
kind of
who
do
is
look
that?
alike. They kind of do look alike.
very
up front.
close lookalikes, 100%. But his
Then
skin is
who
darker.
is that?
I don't know, but it's not Gary Sanchez.
Whatever.
At any rate,
That's
there's-
gonna wrap it.
Yep. Okay.
Is that gonna wrap the whole show?
I don't know.
Well, don't wrap the whole show just yet. Did you have anything else? You were gonna say something. I know. you
Oh,
were.
I do like what our last guest had to say last week on the podcast.
Yeah, Buff was great, dude.
Reiterate
Yeah,
that.
shout out Buff, man. Good job on the
Shout out,
pod last
Buffy.
week. Appreciate you, brother. But I really liked what you said. That quote. I think you said you had it up on the wall, but
Chuck Pagano.
people don't care. All right, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Right,
That's it, man.
Preach.
and that's just like that can help you in everything,
Everything.
Yeah.
every sector and corner in life. Like, no matter what it is, that could stick to anything.
Yeah. How much do you care? Over how
Yeah.
much you know.
Yeah, and then like you could use that to your advantage too, because it's not all about the knowledge you have, right? It's about being personable and being a people person, and
Yeah, and then that care becomes communicative, and you can grow. Like,
And let's also face it. It's not always easy to be a people person, but like, Find the time. Find the right time.
Yeah, find
Like,
the way to do it, like, with your own
Yeah, figure it
specific
out.
situation. You have it in you. You just gotta
do.
figure out
Yeah,
how to
and
do
then
it.
acknowledge when people do care. You know.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Care
like
is a big,
that guy's on your side. You know that guy's got your back.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like rare in this world too.
It is rare,
Yeah.
especially right now. I mean, this is definitely in a time where you can't say it was like the other times. It's more messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody even voted Kamala Harris in, and look what's happening there.
Yeah. She's
So-
going for it.
Whatever. Doesn't really
Can I
matter.
impersonate her for a sec?
I don't think you should
Just ask me a question. I'll pretend to be a Kamala Harris. Dan, ask me a question.
have.
Where's the moon located?
So the moon is the moon. And where things are located just happen to be where they are. And before you go to that, you have to acknowledge that what the moon does and how the moon became a thing. So
Why do you and Kamala Harris sound alike?
Today's
I could do her.
tomorrow.
Dan did a good
Today's-
Kamala actually yesterday.
Today's tomorrow is yesterday's today.
And we just fell out of a coconut tree.
And
What the
tomorrow's today is today. So
No, no.
make sure you live your tomorrow like today never happened.
She literally speaks in circles. And I happen to have that talent where I could just speak and act and sound like I'm saying something. Kind of helps on this podcast sometimes. But when you're a politician and now running for president, that shouldn't be your talent.
By the way, just want to say, it like when presidency actually really mattered, it was there wasn't allowed politician in the office. It wasn't politicians. It was like an honorable like war hero or
George Washington, baby.
George Washington, right?
FDR.
Or if it was
Teddy
somebody that
Roosevelt.
had just like a certain understanding of how to really be a leader.
Yeah.
And it usually came from some sort of military or army type of sense. That's what they followed. No politics.
She got asked about inflation and where it's at and how she would fix it or work towards it. And she spoke for like 2 minutes about the effect of inflation,
Yeah.
how high it was, and that she takes it seriously.
Yeah, I saw that.
She didn't answer the question. It was like, bro, if you can't answer a question, why are you
she's
there?
Part of the people in Congress and in Washington that need to be weaned out. People that just played the political game their whole career and made it to the top that
Dude,
way.
she was in politics in San Francisco, I believe.
She was a district attorney.
Yeah,
District attorney,
and-
yeah.
And those politicians ruined San Francisco. It is there's such high crime rates. They're begging people to become cops in San Francisco right now. There's so many homeless.
Yeah.
They ruined the city. You don't want. What do we do?
What? But
And like lowest approval rate ever for a vice president.
Yeah, let's not make this the roast of
Yeah,
Kamala.
But
Well,
now the media is like making her out to be this hero. It's
yeah, but
You know what I thought? I was like, the whole country should boycott the news. If everyone didn't watch the news and just thought for themselves and shared information amongst themselves
It's the
Yeah,
boomers.
firsthand, we'd be fine. We'd be no
Yeah.
worries. Everybody would be informed on what they need to know. And you wouldn't get fed this junk, dude.
yeah,
Over the
but-
past like however many years, it's been clearly proven that there's many agendas, motives, and manipulation and propaganda in all the media, in all the news. All the newscasters have a boss, and that guy has a boss, and that guy has a boss, and it goes all the way up
Yes,
to the top of the freaking chain, and it's disgusting. Don't watch the news. Go get yourself a honey barbecue chicken melt from Wendy's.
But also
Friendlies.
just to add on the top, on
Yeah,
the back
friendlies.
end of that, because we have a lot of Democrats right now that are like screaming in their seats. Okay, yeah, look,
Go ahead, scream, stupid.
Donald Trump. Okay,
I'm kidding.
if you're talking about Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump, yeah, better of the two evils, Donald Trump. Is he like the best? And could we go ahead and say a whole lot of things about him that's not exactly great because, well, we just know his track record? Yeah, but you know what? When he was last in office, I mean, he did a lot of great things. So you can't fight that. And he's just the better of the two evils. Honestly, nobody's really good at being president. The people should be the president.
Us three should be the president.
I think so.
Yeah. Or you know what? Have a Republican and a Democrat be in office, and everybody will be, I got my guy in office. Oh, well, I got my guy in office. Oh, okay. Well, let's be friends. Let's shake hands.
Yeah.
Let's shake hands now.
We'll be good now.
I said it once, and I'll say it before. There should be no currency. It should only be slaps in the face. If you want to buy a Big Mac, it's 5 slaps in the face. Let's see how people spend money and how they revert to bartering and helping thy neighbor. All right? That's the key, baby. Put me in office. I'll burn all the money. Start using your hands more.
I do have to. I've had enough of you tonight.
Yeah.
I've about reached my limit.
Some faint memory tells me that
I'm gonna
a
go
podcast.
now. I'm gonna go.
A podcast has ended like this before, where we do this thing like, and you say something stupid like
Nick
that.
to stop talking. Leave a comment.
It's
down
funny
below.
how you just talk through over
I
me.
appreciate y'all. James, do you have something to say?
I got one more thing to say, because
All right.
we've definitely said a lot on this podcast. Probably the most controversial that
We
we've
still
ever
love
gotten.
everybody, and
Okay,
it comes from a place
yeah,
of love.
Like,
Can't cancel.
if you
What's good?
didn't get to this part and you went ahead and for some reason, because we went viral for this one, okay, you had a lot to say. Well, look at the ending right here, right now. At the end of the day, okay, we're just really trying to just point fingers at how apart we've come. Okay, here on the How We Doing podcast, we make fun of everybody. We have a lot of good times. We here
Ourselves included, or me included.
yeah, and
Definitely.
it's really about just kind of just seeing past all this nonsense. Like, enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
And,
that should be the next president's thing.
Enough is enough. We have to just come together. Okay, realize that there's a huge problem,
Over me.
and we have to get it together. We really do. So no harm, no foul to anybody. Okay, don't be again like getting all soft on us and getting all sensitive. Right, that's not the case here. All right, but we're trying to make people see, like many others out there are trying to make people see. It's not only about humiliating the faith. All right, it's just about pure propaganda and politics, and things get all wonky when it comes to politics. But when you're talking to somebody in the street, all right, you don't know if they're a Republican or Democrat, but chances are you're having a good conversation with them. And that has definitely happened to probably everybody that has ever engaged with anybody. And it just shows that we could actually all get along and put aside our like silly beliefs, because when it comes to politics, that's exactly what it is. Silly beliefs. What really matters is you know how to love. I know how to love.
Let's make a baby. What?
Let's do it.
And then that's exactly
Listen,
how we end the show.
Sorry to cut you off. Great message. You should rewind, listen again. Comment in the comments box. Bidding war for this notebook starting at $2. Bidding war for this notebook. At the same time, go get yourself a How We Doing t-shirt. They're on sale, $22 on the website, howwedoingproductions.com. That's howwedoingproductions.com.
What do you think gets bought first, the shirt or the notebook? I'm definitely gonna say the shirt, because I don't think anybody
hope the
gives a
shirt.
shit about that notebook.
How much you want to bet?
I'm done.